Hey, what's going on, my six-string friends? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. We're going to take a look at an amp I just recently added to the stable here. It's a used amp, my first Vox amp. It is the AC4C1BL. Cool little amp. Gets the job done for the most part, at least I think it will. We'll go over some of the specs. Mostly things that I really like, maybe one or two things I'm so-so about. But let's take a closer look at it, let you see what you think, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's take a closer look at this one. Not quite sure when exactly this run of amps came out by Vox, but you could probably find it out on their website. So what I did was I actually was looking for a used amp. I've got this one down here, the Peavey Classic 50. It's just a monster, and especially if I was going to be gigging with anything, I wanted a tube amp. The closest thing I can compare this to, personally, is just I had a Fender Blues Junior 3. This is smaller. It's actually much lighter, which is great to carry to the amp, to the gigs. Plenty loud, especially for a room like this, natural sound, recording. You would need to mic it though for a live gig. You know, with the drums and everything going on, it's definitely got to be mic'd, but it sounds great. Very lightweight and quite honestly, much better, I think, just in general as we're getting older. I mean, I know you're wondering, look at this physique. How can I not carry something this big, right? But no, it's time to be smarter, I guess, and this definitely kind of fits the bill. I mean, it's lightweight, it's 4 watts, tube amp. It's got one EL84 in the power section, which is which is nice to have. 10-inch, I think it's a VX Celestion speaker in here. Downside, I'm not even say downside, but it's, if you're used to a lot of dials and controls on the amp, this is not what you're gonna find on here. You've got the power switch, you've got 4 knobs basically, one for gain, one for volume. That leaves 2. Those 2 are your treble and your bass. That's it. So there's no reverb, but if you're playing through pedal board, you don't have to worry about that. But there's no built-in reverb on the amp at all. The AC4C1BL, I believe, is the full proper name for this one. Again, 4 watts. This one's been remodeled after, remade after the 62, I believe it was, the 62 line that came out in 1962. And the blue vinyl replicated, I guess, from 63, they kind of had that line come out. So it's pretty cool looking. Definitely has that classic Vox look to it. Sounds really good, I mean, to be quite honest. We're going to go through some of the tones here in a second. But basically what I've been doing is using the gain and control, the gain and volume in conjunction to get either a overdriven sound, right, or bringing the gain down and bringing the volume up, which is great if you don't really have any pedals or you're new to the pedal game. You can learn how to really dial in a tone by doing that first instead of just plugging in a pedal and stepping on it. All right, so a little more. Right, so I've got more of a volume and less gain going on here, where if I kind of reverse that, I mean, you can hear it already getting hot. So it's definitely got some bite to it, which I like. So I haven't run any pedals through it as of yet. I'm really kind of just playing with the tone itself and how it sounds and just the amp itself. Other than that, I believe on the back you've got an output if you want to go into a cabinet. Again, only 4 watts though, so there's only so much you can do, but still you're going to need to mic it. I think it would sound great live, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And that's really, there's not much more to say here. It's a small amp, it's a tiny amp, it sounds great though. It's definitely loud. Is it loud enough to play over a kit and bass and all that in a room? I don't know. I mean, You might think yes, but when you get in there and you really start driving this thing, you might start running out of headroom. So I would say you probably just want to mic it and you'll agree, because then you can control it through the PA. Then this becomes almost like a monitor on stage behind you, where you can play with this as much as you need to as far as volume. But then what's going through the house PA, wherever type of PA you're going through, you can really blend it much easier with some of those other things happening. So here's what we're gonna do. Keeping it real simple. I'm not going to mic this. I'm not going to go through any pedals. We're going to just kind of use the PRS. And the reason I'm using this is because I think it's a little more versatile than some of my other guitars. We can go with the humbuckers, and then I can split the coils to give you more of a Strat sound. So what we'll do is, realistically, you can probably get about 12 different tones out of this. So if we're going to go with one for the bridge, we're going to go one for the neck, and then we're going to do both, you know, and then you split that to get the Strat sound. Now you've got 6 different options just right here, and then we're going to go to a different sound on the amp. So if we start with the clean sound, we'll go to the overdriven sound from there. So, and I'm just gonna kind of keep it real simple, just so you can hear it. That's the whole point of this. I don't want to cloud it up with any effects. So let's get into it. Thanks for checking it out. Much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts below. If you have one, if you don't have one, would you get one? This one in particular, I got from Woody's over in the TPK section of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Cool little store, by the way. I had almost given up on some of the mom and pops, at least where I had come from in New Jersey. Really like these guys and what they're doing there. So if you're in the area, check them out. Let's take a closer look at this one, listen to it, and we'll go from there.